Right guys, this is version 2 from Swiftdeathshotz of his Zombies for the January 2014 format. Been playing it for a couple of weeks now. Did fairly well at my locals this weekend. Went 2-0 on Boojin, 2 on Firefist, 2-0 on Wind-Ups, and then 2-0 on a plant variant, or 2-1 on a plant variant rather, which was decent as well. So I went 4-0, and so I put up that list. I'm not entirely sure what I'd change. If anything, I'm still only unsure on Burial right now. Out of the whole cards, there's 43 cards in total, but due to the milling and the searching and the floaters, it works out fine. So I'm going to go straight into it and see what you'll think. The floaters pretty much, we've got a Goblin Zombie and 2 Pyramid Turtle. Turtle's nice and simple. Go for Decay off Turtle or Zombie Master. Use it offensively or defensively. Goblin Zombie gets you the Zombie Master to hand, or the Mizuki or the Plague, so you can set up with that. Only run the one Goblin Zombie. I don't think I need more than one. Considering it, I wouldn't really want to run it unless I was running Transmodify. If I was running Transmodify, then I'd run more than one, but since I'm not, I'm just going to leave it like that. So that's my searches and floaters for the deck. Then I run the 3 Master still run the 3 Zone Master. Goes into everything really. It's my combo piece. Pitched anything dead from hand. Play for the Mizuki play for the Plague play. Get Turtle back, get Goblin back. Banish one of the 3 if I need for a light and dark. Go into Level Chains, the biggest play I do with this. It's really my combo piece. 3's being fine with 3 Mizuki, so I find it really easy. 3 Mizuki then afterwards. 3 Mizuki, what to say really, it's just Mizuki. It gives you pluses for days. It's so good at 3 with the milling aspect of the deck. So you just see that go and you're like, cool. Same for Plague really. Managed to get the 3rd. 3 Plague, so abusive with Mali in the deck. Using Mizuki to get out Endless Decay and going to Black Rose with this too. Really good, and you don't have to worry about it with 3 in the deck, just being abusive as possible and really pushing hard with the deck. So that's why I really like the 3 rather than 2. And the last zombie card I run is 2 copies of Endless Decay. The only issue with Decay is if it's Veiled or similar things like Breakthrough Skill. Other than that, this card is amazing. If they waste a Breakthrough Skill or Veiled on this, I'm not normally too worried if I push, because I'm pushing with this. You can always get a Plague out, go for Mizuki and other combos with it. You can go into with Tragodia, you can go into Volcasaurus with it, which is the only rank 5 I run. It comes out of hand for free if your life puts too low. It's really good overall, and the best thing about it I find at the moment is with Boojins having Crane, and if this comes out game turn 1 or 2, they can't be over it by dropping a Crane because it'll be 4k, which is really a big deal actually. This huge deal early game against Yamatos, so they have to play the Quillin. If they haven't got the Quillin, they're a bit in trouble, so that's why I like that. Then just playing the Mali engine in this, just the Malis. Going to rank 6 plays with drag, going to loads of 8s as well. Really abusable, really easy to push with, really easy. If you get 2 in hand, you put one back with Plague as well, so it's not really bad unless you mill 2, then it gets problematic. But I haven't got Dargaster Emerald coming soon, so I'll be able to reuse this, so it's a really good card. On to the lights. The light swarm bit is only 3 cards. 2 Lala and Lumina. Lumina's been really good. I will probably put this up to 2 when we get the new light swarm stuff, and take the card troopers out, which are coming up, and put in the Raiden instead. But at the moment it's just the 2 Lala and the Lumina. Using Lumina's effect to bring back basically a free MST. The 2 Lalas are amazing. I'm tempted to put up to 3 at the moment. Tempting, but we'll see. its milling aspect and the fact that it's a free MST is doing amazing for me. This card's is really pushing and winning games due to 1700 attack power as well, so it's a really good card. One Thunder King, you just got to have this at the moment. Really good card. MVP of the format as well, I think. Stops Tenki, which 2/3 of the decks are that are top tier running. Stops synchroing or XYZing as well. Also stops people going off with things like dropping chaos on you as well, or Cyber Dragons coming back slightly now, so he can drop that too. Stop that as well. Also stops one at Thatcher, which I've been seeing. Mainly Tenki this format though. If you're getting annoyed with seeing Tenki already, put this back in. It's working so good. Also spellbooks don't like that either because they can't do secrets, so that's also a good enough reason for it. The other part of the mill engine is the 2 card trooper. 2 card trooper, basically nice and simple. It's got a drawing aspect to it. It's also got the 3 mills. The 3 mills are cost effect, so I can always get it off 99% of the time, so it's really good. And just put stuff in the grave. So ideally, if I have this in hand, it'll be the first thing I play 99% of the time, just to get the mill off, to get the draw. If I normally have Trag in hand, I also get to put that off to battle damage in my opponent's turn, so that's good. Last bit, the lights for the hand traps before we get into boss monsters and things like that, is basically Free Veiler. This is the hand trap of the format in my opinion. Run 3 of it already. No maxis, just this. It's doing so well. Stops bear, stops rat again, stops plants doing anything, stops me. It stops in the mirror match anything happening to me, stops certain aspects of Mermails going off too. It is a bit more limited against Bujin, but Dulci, Constella, this is so good. Agents too. I'm just finding this the best thing. To Harpies as well. This card at 3, find it so good. It's also light target and it's a tuner, so I have so many options using this, so that's why it's a 3. Then I have 3 attack blockers, 2 Trag and Gauze. I'm not sure about running Gauze. Gauze is a maybe still. The Trag's 110% yes. Trag's the another MVP of this deck, really is MVP. Trag's won me loads of games. Trag's just done everything. It helps me change the level, manipulate levels to get out rank 60s with the malicious. It helps me get out my Levier off rank level 3s. It helps me do so much. It also is an amazing beta. Lets me sit on my hand for ages, and it can take control of opponent's monsters. Particularly if it's a rank 4 deck that I'm playing, level 4 deck I'm playing against, so I can pitch a level up to levels 3, 4, 5 and 6 from hand, even 8 as well, and maybe even Gauze for 7. So I have the range from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to pitch from for drag. So unless it's like XYZs I'm playing against, I can always normally get out a drag and its effects. Mainly I use it as a beta, and I can drop it from low hand to go with a malicious play. So it's really quite straightforward. And Gauze is Gauze, really, just another attack blocker. And the boss monsters, just the 1 sorcerer, not 2. I have found issues with lights in this deck still, despite the sheer amount of lights that I'm running. I wouldn't want to mill both of them. It can be dead in hand if I draw BLS and Dad as well, Dark Armed as well. So just the 1 of this. BLS. Another MVP, of course. It's BLS, wins me games like mad. Love this card so much. But this is my favourite probably of all the boss monsters, apart from Decay, and that's Dark Armed Dragon. Dark Armed Dragon won me Fire Fist match, won me Wind Up match. So easy to level manipulate with this deck as well. All the banishment going on, all of the abilities to get stuff out the grave through Zombie Master and Plague. To put back to level 3s. That's a really good card in this. Really found it really useful. That's all the monsters. Basically the spells. 1 charge. Top in charge I've barely lost if I top charge. Simple really, just put stuff in. Gets me normally Lumina because I normally pitch a Lila, or Lila if I need the MST straight away. So nice straightforward. The only card I'm unsure of is Burial. This can do so many combos though. If you get Melee, Plague and Mizuki in the grave and turn to a 3 and you want to be really aggressive, you can just banish the whole lot and like go off with the Burial later. I banished 2 Mizuki and a Plague and went off of this, and I auto 1 after that because I had a stack grave. It just can be a bit dead if you draw it early, so that's the only issue. I'm not too happy with it. 1 Law, so some more draw power. Really like this card. Law and Dark Hole is a cool staple. Newest edition, I'm probably going to end up being Upstarts. I'm unsure yet. Be Upstarts or Pot. Pot Duality. This probably helped me win at the weekend so easily because I drew into it and it was helping with short consistency in the deck. It was easy to side out as well if I didn't want to use it. To max C's, for instance, against the wind up match, just took this out, played max C's instead. So it was easy side out as well. So for me, it was really good. It helped keep the deck ticking over, getting the cards I needed, because there's a lot of one-offs in this deck that I can take out. So that's why I like the Pot Duality. And milling, it's not a big deal really, because it does stop your special summoning. And then it's just the staple traps really. So you've got TT, Compulse, Bottomless, and Summon Warning. Minimum trap lineup. Had to run these though, but minimum trap lineup. If you mill them, you mill them. Tend to find Bottomless the worst of the 4 for me, but it's in there anyway. Onto the extra deck, because that's all the traps and spells. 1 Levier, able to get out through Trag's effect, go to level 3 using Lumina and Card Trooper. Can be abused replaced. Haven't got it off very much yet, but in there anyway. Larval Chain, probably the best of all the extra deck cards, to be honest. I want another one, I haven't got it yet. Just stacks for everything. Stacks for the top of deck for BLS, Dad, or Sense the Grave for Mizuki, Plague, or Melee. So it's really good in every aspect of the game really. It can just do everything, so it's my favourite go-to. It's easy to go to off Zombie Master at 3, so it's really straightforward to get to this. Really easy. It was Diamond Direwolf for the weekend, but I've decided until I get my Daguster Emerald or my second chain, I'm going to run Gar Cowboy. This card's really good because if I can go into stuff, I can just beat other stuff. I can push for burn damage. So many times I could have just done the last 800 without having to do anything else, and it's really easy to make too. So for that reason, Cowboy's in here. Just the 2 rank 4s. Bulbasaurus for the 2 decay, for the burn, and to of course be level manipulation with Trag too. So just the 1 level rank 5, and then it's 2 level rank 6s, Gauntlet Launcher and Strength Bowser. Probably both of these will be switched out entirely for 2 M7, which I cannot get hold of at the moment, but M7 is going to be really powerful in this. Easy to make 2, Malicious and Trag. Easy to make or a rank level 6 Synchro and Malicious or Trag. Of the 2, I normally go to Gauntlet first, unless I know that there's effects coming off and I've got field advantage and there's no back row. I'll go to Gauntlet first, and because it's the ability to pop twice, so it's nice and easy. Nothing bad on that one. And then rank 6s are 2 Sahemoth, because this is so good against Boojins, because they can't drop Crane and expect to live, and won't activate Turtle because it doesn't target, and the Revive Kings for Lind and things like that, and it's a zombie target. So 1 Black Rose to nuke the field, and then we've really got the 8th Blader for Mermows and anything big. Scrap for more destruction, Stardust for protection, Dark End Dragon, but this is a really amazing card actually. As we have the time, so I'm going to talk really quickly. This sends and doesn't destroy, so the weekend that got over Gachi, got over the XYZ for Boojins, got over Zen Mains too, because it sends not destroys. Got the Stardust as well, so really good. And the last one, MVP, is got to be Void Ogre, because it's like basically Shien's effect, and it's really a big attack. So that's really the deck. That's version 2 of the deck. I'm really enjoying it. If I was to say like if I could change anything at all, it'd probably be Burial, maybe Goblin Zombie as well, and Gauze. The only 3 things I'm looking at changing, and maybe Upstart instead of Pottage Rally. I'll let you know how to do, what goes on with this deck. Yeah, so it was Swiftdeathshotz Zombies version 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave some comments below. Cheers guys.